let's start. Hopefully I still have all my lives from yesterday. Wait. Okay, no, yeah, this is where we're at. It saved my progress. Okay, good. It saves my lives. I have 86 of them. That's very important. I'm afraid that if I like get to the end of the game and I don't have 86 lives, I'm not going to be able to beat it. This is still level 2? Oh my god. I've been playing TSC for like an hour and we're still on level 2. Oh, there's a guy up there. Who's even shooting me? Yeah, shiny, same. It's not good. All the people who have been diligent about this and uploading their stuff to YouTube the whole time, they're all laughing at me. Yeah, right? Right, Yimo, all that stuff is like, well, goodbye. I actually got to keep most of my 30 for 30 stuff. I deleted like 1 or 2 playthroughs, but I got to keep all of my favorite ones. I deleted like an 11-part long FM playthrough, and that alone basically got me there. FM from like 30 for 30 2021 got the delete. And then I also deleted Guitar Hero 3, which I don't think I'll miss. I think a lot of that VOD was muted anyway, but also, it's just Guitar Hero. Yeah, I said this in my Discord Go Live message, but I was bored last night, and I totally reinstalled TFE on Steam, and just like did a run, and it was fun. You know what? I had fun, and I even pretty much got all the tricks. It's like I never even left. First Encounter is a good video game. They're not the same game. The level design is very different. This is kind of like what you think of when you think of Serious Sam, just this. The First Encounter is actually like pretty tight. The first like half of the First Encounter especially is these like smaller levels that are really fun. Where is that coming from? I'm like dead. Where did all that damage come from? Someone like blew me up for, oh. There's rocket launchers on the sides. That's what it is. Can I like destroy these or something? Dude, why did that bull turn so fast? All part of the plan. What? Hello? They just teleported me back in. Wait, but they just... Okay, now there's like different traps activated or something. Now there's lasers too. I think I just got hit too high up, and so they teleported me back in bounds to stop me from doing a skip. How secret was that ammo, really? That piece of ammo gets its own, ooh, you've uncovered a secret text, and it was just like, it wasn't that secret. Go back to that corner. Never mind. Man, Jaturkey is the worst. How is that even still here? Is that an official Twitch one, or is that like FFZ or something? What's it called now? Jabasted. It was originally called Jaturkey, which is just really bad. Who's even shooting those? Where are they coming from?
They always said two heads are better than one, but how does it fart?
So glad I was able to find this 5 HP. I assume the little glowies hurt me or something, but I don't know. Okay, they're teleporters. Well, that'd be fun then. Hang on, I want that. That cutscene wasn't very helpful. There's still someone shooting. Okay, it's you. I tried to look over there to see him, but like, I couldn't see because of all of the lens flare. Yeah, if level 3 takes place at night, the sun is setting, so it'll be night soon. That's how video games work. Someone's firing some intense stuff. Okay, it's that. Hopefully I don't have to interact with that. Can I kill the statue head? Maybe I just, like, shoot at its eyes. No, you can't destroy those projectiles. But yeah, you can. No, you can't. I don't know why that happened that one time. There's nothing for me to do here anyway. Well, I'm officially very confused. Oh, they showed like a laser? Oh, wait. What happened there? Door's open, or the head's gone. Door's still not open though. Okay. How did that take so long to kill? Hey, why am I here? I don't know. I'm mostly just very confused right now about what I'm supposed to be doing in this level. There we go, now this door is open. Alright. Maybe when I interacted with that, it like started charging the laser, so that it fired it like 30 seconds later. There is a lot of screen tearing, isn't there? Yeah, but normally I'm looking in the center, so I don't have to see it. But in the cutscene, it's really obvious. Yeah, I'm gonna get blown up the second I set foot outside this room. Okay, no, it was just him. That was just one guy. One very loud guy. Or wait, this is not the way I came in. That was like the back door out of the... No, wait, yeah, it is. That was correct. Oh. Well, maybe just jumping for it was a dumb idea. That's sort of the thing about this game. I will say this. It seems like they decided to get rid of quick save and quick load. And instead you now have... Instead, you now just have, like, 1 billion lives. But it sort of makes death have no meaning. Like, I can sort of just face tank, like, sucking really badly at the game, and it's fine. So, like, I don't know, I do wonder if... I do wonder if just having quick save, quick load would have been better. Because then, like, yeah, because then you don't have extra life, you just have extra shots at it. Like, extra attempts does not mean extra health, like this does. And like, look at that. Your reward for winning, because you get bonus points at the end of the level. That was, you know, a reasonable playthrough of that level. They gave me 5 lives at the end of it, in addition to the ones I get during the level every 100,000 points. That's like just a lot. Reused voice clip. Oh god, why why are you out of water? Hey, got a multi-kill. I did this. Maybe I should just sit in the back. And just let all of the frogs die on the crushers.
Finally, some sci-fi mumbo jumbo.
Do you not normally get overhealing on normal? I don't know then. They made the game easier. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, okay, it's ice floor plus bouncy ceiling. Or plus bouncy walls. Yeah, this doesn't work very well. Okay. This is another one of those doesn't really work on controller type rooms. I am just kind of tanking everything by standing here. The way the physics are is very weird. It's not... Something's like not right about it. Okay, I'm just standing still. It's like a conveyor belt. That's what it is. It's not ice, it's that there's conveyor belts. But then also, like, the faster I try... Like, when you're in midair, the conveyor belt is much stronger. Oh no, I got Star Wars to work. I played through it in one sitting 2 days ago. I did play through all of Star Wars. It was pretty short, but not bad. It actually wasn't bad. Hey, Americus. Things going good. There's a lot of weird gimmick rooms in this game. You missed the first encounter. So Serious Sam on the Xbox is basically just like a compilation of the first two Serious Sam games that were released on PC. The first encounter and the second encounter. The first encounter I actually used to speedrun back in the day, so I'm very familiar with it. Well, very familiar with the speedrun. there was a lot of casual stuff that I was like, I had no idea where I was going. But we are now in the second encounter, which is the second half of the game, which I think is a lot longer than the first encounter. But we're in there. That's what we're up to. Most of the big rooms seem to be in this game. Not so much in TFE. TFE did have a couple pretty big rooms. You gotta stop letting them bait you, Froob. There will never be a buyer for Reading FC. As a sports fan, and especially a Reading fan, I know this. Why is there a bull in the stairs? Get out of here. Yeah, I saw your post in Discord about that. There's no Amon. Or there is Amon, but it's not a sub-story. Nothing back here, really. Okay. About 20 plus hours into Yakuza Pirates. Ask me anything to get the perspective of a casual who's played most side content so far. Is it any good? I've seen a number of opinions, so I want the ID certified dirigible opinion. Is the game good? Cringiest live action sequences ever? Really? A cringy live action sequence? Wait, live action? What did they do live action hostesses again? Please tell me that they had a guy dress up like Majima to be in the live action. It's a hostess and a famous Japanese comedian doing comedy? Oh, Lord. Oh. A shame too, because I kind of like live action stuff. I kind of like corny live action, but this does kind of just sound cringe. Why my pistols will work? I'm in a gimmick room. I want to read all of this, but I'm in a gimmick room playing Super Mario Galaxy. Combat is definitely a bit loose, which I'm not a fan of. Most of the side content has been good. They make you play too much pool to get the challenges. Oh god, Also, completing the completion lists enhance your crew's pirate reputation, but it maxes out way too early. Anyone else feel like it had a slower opening? The ship sections felt very slow. That's just like... Every Yakuza game to me today feels like it has a really slow opening. I mean, I don't know. That's definitely bias on my part. Because, like... Let's not pretend that the first 3 chapters of every older game isn't also literally nothing. Except Gaiden. Gaiden is actually okay, yeah. But like, I don't know, just like the over tutorialization of every single game mechanic, where it feels like you have to sit through tutorials for every piece of side content as part of the story for some reason, is just like, I don't know. I feel like that's what they do now. Most of their moves don't interrupt what the opponent is doing. See, I played the demo, and that's what I got from the demo. I played the demo, and I was like, wait a minute, these guys are just like, then nobody cares. Everyone has like max super armor. We really are just like, it's that thing I complain about, where it's just like, you're ragdolling into them, they're ragdolling into you, and you both take damage and eventually someone wins. And that's just like so much of the combat in like Dragon Engine games. Damn, you can nearly get up there. This is a really weird feeling. Every gun enemy is Daijin Kim. Yeah, that's exactly how Gaiden was as well. I tolerated the Gaiden speedrun because it had the cigarette button. So you actually barely do any combat in the Gaiden speedrun. So it's like, okay. Same with Kiwami 2, where swords are super OP. So it's just like, okay, the combat here is trash, but you basically don't do it. So, or like we've recontextualized the combat into something else. Yeah, I guess if you weren't here for my Lad Gaiden speedrunning arc, Ludicrous, last year, there is a move in the game where you throw an exploding cigarette, and it is such an incredibly OP move that you basically just spam it in the speedrun for the entire fight. You just spam the shit out of the exploding cigarette for the entire game. Ah. It was kind of fun to do, but, you know. I will say, though, I am trying to look more seriously into doing 100% run, speaking of my current interests in Yakuza speedrunning. I am giving it some hard thought about doing Hundo for another game. Because, like, yeah, the leading candidate is 3 right now, unironically. Because, like, it's not that I'm a sellout. I am a sellout, but it's not that I'm trying to sell out or anything, but I can't help but notice that, first of all, tons of people were watching my stream when I was doing 5 Hundo, like it was a very popular stream, but then also I put it on YouTube, and it's been, like, an extremely popular YouTube video, so it's not that I want to sell out, but I do like doing things that people like. That's part of streaming. So if everyone seems to like the hundo runs, then it's like, well, fuck it. Perhaps I should do more of those. But yeah, 3. Yeah, I like doing Xbox thing as well. Xbox thing is going nowhere. I don't care. I don't care how many people are watching it. We're doing Xbox thing. But, yeah, I don't know. That's my thought process. But since everyone seemed to really be into hundo, I'm looking into 3. And I'm picking 3. It's a little bit of like a... So first of all, there already is an all sub-stories route for it. I think I'm going to do my own all sub-stories route and then see how it compares afterwards. That's what I want to do. What? God damn it. Secret Rocket Festival has been activated. You know what? We have technology. Oh, that was it. That was the festival. That was not the festival. But like the thing about 3, I will have to learn how to play Mahjong, unfortunately. But like, the thing that made 5 work really well is that like I already know everything about 5. Like I can basically just show up and start playing Yakuza 5 and very quickly be good at the game again. Compared to something like the other games I was looking into or that I was thinking about really were like 0, 2, Kiwami 2. And the thing about those, well, first of all, 2 is complicated. But like 0, I don't even know the any % speedrun for 0. So that I would have to like learn how to do the any % speedrun, which I don't really Kiwami 2, I essentially don't remember how to play Kiwami 2 anymore. I'd have to relearn any % essentially from scratch. Don't want to be messing with that. 3 just seems like the easiest one for me to get into and start working on. So, I'm thinking 3. 4 was also an idea, but then it goes back to like I would have to really relearn 4 from scratch at this point. But yeah, that era is kind of like the PS3 games. That's kind of my era of Yakuza game, for sure. That's like my domain. So I don't know. I may start looking into Yakuza 300%. But yeah, that's a big thing to overcome for me. Probably more of a mental barrier than anything else. But the fact that I do have to learn how to play Mahjong and then play a lot of Mahjong. A lot of serious bombs in the room. And does this guy have like a scan or something? The portal is guarded. The wind god. A rocket launcher. Okay. Oh, it is damaging him. Okay. First I wasn't so sure. Yeah, that's kind of the sense that I get, like, thinking about it. I think that's right. It's about building hands. It's, you know, you discard things and you build hands. Essentially, Koi Koi is a lot like Mahjong, if you think about it that way. How does he like cannonballs? He doesn't like cannonballs. Great. There are so many dudes in this room. Honestly, this is just for score. Blam, that was 50k points. Let's clean out the room a little bit, get some insane score. Okay, he dead. I'm totally gonna get 99 lives in this playthrough. I'm already at 93. It destroyed Koi Koi. I'm glad to hear that it's in. We do love Koi Koi here. But yeah, I don't know. I also started having thoughts about OG2 again, but Yakuza 2 is just too impossible, I think, even for me. Ocean Hunter's your favorite light gun game ever. Even better than House of the Dead 2. House of the Dead 2 is absolutely a banger. That's my favorite light gun game. That's just one of my top all-time favorite arcade games. No, Americus. I do have, hang on. I was a long time ago, but then I stopped. I'm a responsible dev who's not using source control. But there was a time when I was. Where is it? If you want to see a very, very old version of the source code, it is here. But things have changed a whole lot since then. Yeah, ID. There's GitLab is another one. Actually, we're on GitLab. We're on GitLab for Mafia.gg because back in the day, GitHub made you, I don't know if they still do this, but they made us pay. They would make you pay for, like a private repo that you could invite people to. And we didn't actually want the game, like Mafia.gg is not open source. So we wanted a private repo. So we ended up using GitLab because it let you do that for free. But generally, GitHub is by far the most popular thing. And yeah, I did survive the rolling boulder back in like level 1 or whatever. Yeah, Bitbucket existed as well. Don't understand what source control is. Someone, I forget who, I saw in Discord somewhere. I think it was, oh, it was in SG's Discord. I think it was Alanim or Gris or something. Someone was like, so how does Git work? I need to learn that. And I was thinking like, how would I even explain this? It's kind of, like, I'm not, it was lax. Like, I am not a, I am very not like one of those Git wizards who just like knows everything and has like knows all of the commands off the top of their head. I know all the important ones off the top of my head, but I've fucked up a Git repo or two in my day, trust me. But like, I know enough about it, and it's like, how would I even explain this? Basically, I mean, it's literally, it's, you know, version control, right? The whole point is that it stores every version of your program. So whenever you make changes, you push those to the repository, and then, you know, through the magic of Git, you can like roll back to a previous version, see how things have changed. It has a bunch of support for like, if you're working on something with multiple people, then everyone can sort of work on their own separate part of the program or of the code base, and then all submit your changes to the repository, and it'll like handle collisions and things like that. That dude was disguised as a plant. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think I will. I'm not like gonna take that old repo down or anything, but I don't think I'll publish source code for Lakeside. Everyone would make fun of me, first of all, because the source code is atrocious, but also, I don't know. I do have delusional ambitions of one day finishing the game and then selling it for $5. Not more than $5, but probably $5. I'm starting work on the second town. I got to work on that last night. Which is exciting for me. It's a pretty big step to take. What about the Impasta? Look, the Impasta is on permanent hiatus. If anyone has any great ideas for how you make it make sense, then let me know, and then the Impasta will become a thing, because it is a good idea. There's just a lot of barriers in the game design. Yeah, and then I only need to sell one copy, but I won't sell one copy. And I'm you know, I'm an extremely amateur game dev. I don't do it with the expectation to ever make a dime. I'm not I'm not the next Toby Fox who's gonna make a hit indie game and then somehow parlay that into being friends with a bunch of Japanese developers and, you know, all that shit. Hang out at Sakurai's house and play Smash with him. No, the game idea is solid. It's just like in the specifics, it doesn't work. And like it does work, that's the other thing. I should clarify, it basically does work, but not in a way that I personally find satisfying. Much too solvable. Any kind of social deception that involves gameplay is just too solvable. Why is this rock require? Why is there analysis? Stone. Look, Sam. Stone. Sam Stone. Is that supposed to be a person? I'm Googling this. Sam Stone, song by John Prine from 1971? I don't get it. Is it a sand? Yeah, maybe it's a sandstone joke. Look, Sam Stone. Sam Stone. Sam Stone. What? Yeah, I've never heard of this song before. Would they be referencing that? It just seems like a... Oh. Well, I dodged it. Oh boy, this is exactly what this game needed. Platforming. Yeah. I think it's just the scale of it is somewhat novel. It's sort of like, you know, there's like an infamous Doom WAD. Or I guess infamous, famous. There's that Doom WAD. I can't remember the name of it. But it's just a massive room with like 1 million enemies in it.
Ooh la la, I love this one.
And you just drop into the room. And there's just like 1 million enemies in the room, all fighting each other. And it's like absolute chaos. Serious Sam is sort of the same appeal as that. Where it's just the absolute scale of it. Probably is what makes it entertaining. And it helps that, like, the you know, the movement and shooting and stuff is pretty snappy as well. Yeah, well, so like they definitely... So first of all, I'm just playing on normal. And part of the difficulty level is it affects enemy spawns. Though, according to Theo, they might be using the hard difficulty spawns for when I pick normal. I don't know. It does... I don't know. There were definitely some pretty chaotic moments in the first encounter. Handing in the 4. How am I gonna get up from here? Oh my god. Handing in the 4 elements in that one level, and it spawns in like a billion of every type of enemy was something. I think, yes, that is 98 SAMs in the top left. Like, what they did to tone down the difficulty for console is they got rid of quick save and quick load and replaced it with a life counter, but you get lives way too easily. So I'm not close to the end of the game, but at this point I've built up 98 of them. So like, yeah, death doesn't really have any meaning to me anymore. Like I'm trying not to die, but I could totally just like face tank everything and it wouldn't even matter, compared to the PC version, where you can't do that or you'll die. There's a secret out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, maybe it's that bush. I'm gonna investigate. But yeah, it is a bit strange to be playing a game and to see a level that looks like this in it. Where it's just like, excuse me? Did you finish this? Like, what? It's just a completely flat surface with like a small repeating texture on it. That's the sort of thing that only Serious Sam could ever get away with. The other thing they did that makes this way easier on console is there is extremely aggressive auto-aim. It's not that it's like... I guess bullet magnetism is a more accurate term. Oh, we finished with Central America. We're now in somewhere. Wherever this is. We're here. But like, if the enemy is anywhere even close to your reticle, then the bullet will just go to them. So you really don't have to aim that much. Oh, I'm placing hawk wings, apparently. You see what I mean? I am hitting that scorpion. He is a time traveler. The plot of Serious Sam is like, well, I don't really know where they're at, but at least with these old ones, the general plot is that there's an alien invasion, like in the past, and so Serious Sam has to go back to the past to play the shitty games that suck ass, but also to defeat the aliens. Basically, the whole point is we want a game that takes place in ancient times but also you have guns and stuff, so you're fighting aliens, and they also have guns and stuff. Otherwise, it would be like Serious Sam versus like Roman soldier guy who would just run at you, and then Serious Sam would blow him up. I know, there is that game, there's a game out there that's like Epic Battle Simulator, and you can simulate like one tank versus 10,000 Roman soldiers, and it's just like a set it up and then watch it, like fish tank type game. But you can watch the one tank fight the 10,000 Roman soldiers. Oh, okay, I got to 100 there. I had 100 lives, so the life counter does. I was wondering if it was gonna stop at 99. It does keep going. So we're now at 104. I guess we're in like Greece, but like maybe like the eastern end of Greece, you know? Like how you hear about how like Greek people showed up in Persia somehow. Like that's where we're at probably. Yeah, like a Babylon type of deal. Oh, they said I'm there. Well, that confirms it then. Constantinople's weird. I don't quite understand the lore there. But like those were Romans who just said like, nah, fuck Latin. We're going back to Greek. We're just gonna LARP as Greek people. I don't like have the full lore on that clearly, but I don't get it. Yeah, I mean, it was the Eastern Roman Empire. It's arguable that the Roman Empire essentially moved there, and then Rome itself became no longer part of the Romans. Sacred stone touched. What? You can see how something like this would be kind of difficult if you did have to worry about your health. But I don't. I've never seen the original haha JK unless, so I have no idea. I'm sure that wording had to originate somewhere. Yeah, I would guess it was never genuine. It's just meant to capture a certain vibe. There was never someone who actually sent haha JK unless. That guy got bonked in the back of the head with the green projectile. I heard the bull. Might be over that wall. Look at the floor. What about the floor? Should I be worried about this? Yes. I think the Xbox ran on like had like DirectX support and stuff like that. So if you were making a PC game, it was all of like the exact same technology. I don't have like the truly deep lore. I wasn't there, but my understanding is that it was much easier. And that an Xbox is essentially just like a stripped down gaming PC of its day. So you could pretty easily port games between PC and Xbox. And that's why there are so many games that have PC and Xbox versions and nothing else. You know, compared to something like a GameCube or a PS2, where the whole, like the architecture of the console is very different from a personal computer. Personal computer, why did I say it like that?
I won't pass by. Let's fight.
Where's the tiny bowl? To make calculations. I will use the word computing. What do you do with a computer? You know, computing. General purpose computing. A telephone. Oh. That's probably the bull I was hearing in the room then. Gotta hand it to you, Safa Fighter. That's one smart telephone. This room's not very intense for them to reuse the song for it. Yeah, Crow Team is from Croatia. Alright, cool. There's still some enemies left alive, but whatever. Well, they did make Serious Sam 4 a number of years ago at this point. Let's see. Games developed. Yeah, Serious Sam 4 came out in 2020. Oh my god. Oh. Oh, these ice physics. Oh no. I do love the look of the floor though. The way it's so shiny. It's so reflective. But yeah, you really can't even walk. You have to just jump everywhere. Yeah, no, that's this is definitely like we put a second pair of pillars. Like we put a second set of pillars under the floor type reflections. The reflections are like completely sharp. I love that look. It has the Angry Bird theme in it. Yeah, that Angry Bird jump scare to remind you that Sega did in fact buy Angry Birds. Yes, they really did that. Oh, now the frame rate's getting kind of crunchy. This room. It's been mostly solid throughout. This room might be officially too much. They're getting like launched in from over the walls. Alright, I cleaned myself. I guess you can't enter the castle until you've cleaned yourself. Alright, well I guess we're killing stuff in here then. Look at how everyone's spawning in. They like launch over the walls. I don't know. I'm not sure what the render distance is, but it's definitely very far. There have been some extremely large rooms. Rooms with big ceilings I'm not sure about. The first one that comes to mind is something from the next encounter, which I don't really know if that counts. Oh, you mean IRL? Yes. IRL, yes, because, like, the light is traveling through air. And, you know, air lets through pretty much all light, but not literally all light. So over a far enough distance, you know, the atmosphere becomes a problem for being able to see. That's my guess. I did just say that like it was a definitive answer, but I'm pretty sure that's true. So I think IRL, you could build a room with a ceiling so high you couldn't see the ceiling, but it would have to be a really, really high ceiling. What's the point of this room? Yeah, I specifically remember a room, like, right at the end of the game. There was this giant cave room that we did a fight in for like half an hour, where I walked all the way to the end of it and then had to walk all the way back to the start for some reason. And just walking from one end of the room to the other took like several minutes. And that room had a ceiling that was like super high. Yeah, that's just like generally how reflections are in games of this era. You did start to see, I will say, on the GameCube, we did see a couple attempts at like real reflections and real lighting and stuff. And the trade-off is that the reflections have to be incredibly low resolution. We're talking like you stand in front of a mirror and you're just looking at like the NES sprite version of yourself in the mirror. But I'm pretty sure we did see some stuff like that on the GameCube. Yeah, despite everything, the best looking game is definitely, well, I don't know. There's too many games. It's difficult to think of every game, but the Resident Evil remake is definitely a solid contender for best looking game on the console.
Hey, where you going? Don't have a party without me.
They only open the one door. They're all coming from there. Hello, secret passage has been entered. Thought I wouldn't notice the secret passage. Killer 7 def gotta be top 5. I mean, visuals are so subjective. This is like, it's hard to find a more subjective topic than, like, what's the best looking game on the console. Killer 7 was very heavily stylized, and you know, it definitely is unique. Nothing else looked like that. I think I just hated the gameplay of Killer 7 so much that, like, the visuals were not carrying it for me, and I was mostly just grumpy during that playthrough. I'm probably not appreciating Killer 7 to the extent that I could. It was a lot of just, like, flat colors or like gradients and stuff, and it just looked kind of, I don't know. I don't know. It was kind of neat, but it wore off on me pretty quickly. But yeah, pre-renders. Camera control was probably a mistake. I'd love to see, like... I mean, I guess games have pretty good graphics today. I was gonna say, like, what would a pre-rendered background look like today? Where it's like top technology, pre-rendered background game. And, like, I guess the answer is just that it would... I guess it would just look real, but, like, not that different. The real-time graphics are pretty close, too, at this point. I don't know. I don't know what I'm getting at all. but definitely we stopped making pre-rendered games too soon. It still would have been a really noticeable improvement over like PS3 graphics and stuff. Elden Ring with fixed camera angles. They made a fixed camera angles action game, Onimusha. It's a little bit questionable, but I had a lot of fun. I think Onimusha is pretty good. Yeah, true. God of War as well. God of War, you don't have camera control.
Now I got your ticket to hell.
Are they gonna make me... There's no way they make me go back through the Scooby-Doo N64 game. I've played the Scooby-Doo N64 game. I think there were like a couple rooms in that game that you just like... It was hard to even find because you could just like not see them at the camera angle you're at. But I'll defend the Scooby-Doo N64 game. It's pretty good. I like when Fred says, "Hey gang, let's all meet up in the torture chamber." I like the hallway that has all of like the stuffed animal heads that come to life and yell at you. That's another good one that they do in that game. They were doing like a little like Resident Evil for children type of thing. It's interesting. It's an interesting game. But yeah, that's why fixed camera angle games have to have tank controls, because otherwise that happens, where the camera angle changes and you immediately turn around. That's a thing in like Devil May Cry 4, I think. I kind of remember having that problem in DMC4. Certainly it's not bait. No. Nice try. Nice try, video game. Yeah, if you play, the PS2 Yakuza games have fixed camera angles, and the way they do it is that, like it is camera relative controls. You know, you'll if you press up on the analog stick, you go up in, like, the space of the camera, if that makes any sense. And then when the camera angle changes, as long as you're still holding that direction, you'll keep moving in the same direction, with a little bit of leeway as well. There's a little bit of lenience where you can kind of turn a little bit without it recontextualizing the controls. But then if you let go of the analog stick, it, you know, at that point, it recontextualizes the controls to the new camera angle. That's a little bit tricky. You kind of have to, like, my god, this room. You kind of have to get used to the way the movement works when you speedrun, the OG Yakuzas. There's, like, certain angles you hold at certain times. And the whole thing is just a little bit janky and leads to a scenario where you'll be, like, holding up on a screen to go down. And it's just like, as long as I don't move my hand too much, this will work. But then you'll, like, sneeze or something, and then Kiryu will flip backwards. It's bad. It's kind of bad. I think a lot of people don't like it. Is that gonna activate again, or are we good now? Okay. I think that clear pushed me backwards into the spikes. I think I had made it, and the clear lunged at me and it shoved me back. That's fun. I was literally just thinking, I hope this floor lowers. It doesn't quite lower. Someone explain the PSP Yakuza as well. Mr. Tadzi in the chat is the PSP Yakuza 2 world record holder. And I have not played them. My understanding is that they were developed by the people who made Def Jam and all of the N64 wrestling games. And the gameplay is more like that than, like, a console Yakuza game. I did play I played the first PSP game for about 5 minutes, and what I found interesting is that, like, the Yakuza PS2 games, they make it's mostly, you know, fixed camera angles, but it's mostly real-time graphics. They do make use of pre-rendering for certain things, but it's mostly real-time graphics, like when you're running around the city and stuff. It's just fixed camera angles. They can have tight control over how much stuff they're showing on screen at a time. The interesting thing is that for the PSP games, they, like, took screenshots of the PS3 era Kamurocho and then, like, pre-rendered them into the backgrounds for the game. So it's like a pre-rendered background game, but the pre-rendered backgrounds are, like, screenshots of the real-time city from the console games. Yeah, it's very crusty looking, but it's an interesting approach. They decided to do that. It's interesting for sure. Oh man, yeah, if I'm not like focused on the center of the screen tearing in this game is brutal, isn't it? Very bad screen tearing. Oh, look at the pillars just as I turn left and right. Ah. Yo, Garugamesh. Gotta check for secrets. Oh, this room is brutal with the tearing. There's like 4 tears on every frame. Why is it even... How's that even happening? Definitely no VSync. What? Nah, the suicide guys are very iconic. That's considered... They're sort of like the unofficial Serious Sam mascot. The suicide guys that yell and run into you and blow up are like, you know, that's like the Pikachu of Serious Sam. Getting blasted in the middle of a cutscene? Okay. I feel like that just interrupts the cutscene when that happens. I think I came from here. Oh. Maybe I'm supposed to jump for that. Maybe that's the actual way forward here. No. No, completely wrong. I hope I didn't accidentally break something by, Interrupting the cutscene. Like, what's supposed to happen here? Oh.
Those Babylonians were totally crazy. Seriously, man, this isn't funny. Now I'm seriously serious.
No, he's seriously serious. And that's Yart's ID. That's someone from my chat. That's my friend Yart's. I like the confused reply to that by someone who like doesn't know. It's honestly been so interesting to see the comments on the video. Most of them are just like, "You're insane," but it's just cool to me that the video has like 60 comments on it or something. And the vast majority are from like people who I don't know and who don't know me, but just like saw the video somehow through recommendations probably. Usually I never get any comments from random people, so I like all the comments from random people. Yeah, definitely there's been some like uptake in the algorithm, because the video has like 5,000 views on it or something, and I've gotten like 50 subscribers on my YouTube channel since I uploaded it a week ago as well. A number of people have subscribed. So clearly it's being pushed to a bunch of people who don't know me already. Yeah, it's definitely... I mean, the video is just too long, although I have gotten a number of comments. I had forgotten, but about 7.5 hours into the run, we start talking about, like, YouTube stuff, and at some point I say something like, nobody ever watches these runs, they're too goddamn long. If you're watching this on YouTube right now, you have to leave a comment, because it's insane that you've watched all of this. There have been like 5 comments on the video that are like, just leaving my obligatory 7.5 hour comment, or like replying to that comment I made in the video specifically in some way, saying like, no, I do watch your VODs actually. And that I forgot I had said that, and that blows my mind. But I bring that up to say, there's no way in hell most people are gonna sit through a video that long, are gonna actually watch the whole thing. But it does sort of have the same clickbait appeal of like, you know, challenge videos are big on YouTube, I think. Where it's like, you know, I beat such and such game without pressing the A button, that kind of thing. Well, SM64 A button challenge is its own beast. But, you know, people do that kind of stuff with games, and that's, I think, big on YouTube. I think Yakuza 500% speedrun has the same kind of madman appeal, where it's like, what the hell? How did you do that? The comments have been universally positive, though, which is good, because,
Serious weapons for serious people.
you know, I was also thinking as well, like, the run is 39 hours long. You kind of have to know about Yakuza 5 to know that that's an impressive time. Otherwise, it seems like a 40-hour speedrun. It's just not that impressive. It's like, come on now. There's no way that's the fastest you could have gone, 39 hours. But no, pretty much everyone in the comments is like, holy shit. Yeah,
I'm ready for some serious carnage.
I don't really know what... Like, if you wanted to do, like, a Yakuza series challenge run, what would be challenging? Because it can't really... And maybe... I've thought about this before, not to ever, like, actually do it, but I have just thought about it before. And I was thinking, like... Maybe, like, beat the game without punching or something? But it's like, you just grab and throw a whole lot. Beat the game without attacking? Is that even possible? How would you do damage? Because are there ways you can do damage that would then enable you to beat the game without actually ever pressing the attack button? I think you could get... I don't think the enemies can punch each other in Yakuza games. Heat actions only is just... like, that's not... That's basically just a casual playthrough. There's nothing you can really do that's that hard. You could do, like... Legend no healing items, but I've beaten a number of Yakuza games no healing items on hard. It's kind of fun. You have to actually, like, get good a little bit. But it's not that hard. Blindfolded, but like there's no audio cues. How would you do that? You know what? This is the kind of thing that they give you a serious bomb for. Goodbye, everybody. Multi-kill times 65. Oh, the lag is so real. There we go. I suspected everyone didn't actually have to die there. A point-and-click SM64 ROM hack? I've never heard of that, no. That... Is it like SM64, but with, like, you click somewhere to move? Did they, like, turn it into, like, a point-and-click adventure game, or is it still meant to be a platformer? Level 6 maybe? I'm starting to think I'm not actually beating this game today. The second encounter is really long. It's a platformer, you just control it by pointing the screen and choosing, like, jump. That's funny. I do think, like, hear me out. I feel like that would be a great shitpost ROM hack, though, where it's, like, fixed camera angles. It's the proper SM64 engine, but point-and-click movement, fixed camera angles, and then you have, like, Bob-ombs and Goombas and stuff that you talk to. And there's, like, a little point-and-click adventure story. I do kind of wonder, because, like, hear me out. I was thinking this. There's this dude on YouTube who, like, you've probably seen his videos before, where he's some kind of, like, god-tier SM64 hacker. And he's, like, always coming up with, like, weird assembly hacks to make the game run faster and things like that, and he makes videos about it. And that guy has been working on... Yeah. That guy has been working on his own, like, ROM hack for a long time. That he shows footage of it in the videos, and it looks, like, extremely impressive. It looks ridiculously impressive and professional, and honestly, I get massive imposter syndrome watching his videos, where it's like, damn, one guy did all that. Huh. But, I do wonder, like, if you're that guy, and, like, the SM64 engine, you know, it's been reverse engineered. The source code is out there. The source code is just out there, and it's open source, and there's, like, nothing Nintendo can do about it because it's not their source code. So could you just, like, what is stopping that guy from just changing the main character to not be Mario, and then just selling it? Or, like, in a more general sense, what's stopping anyone from making commercial games in the Super Mario 64 engine? Because, like, as long as you're using the decompilation, it's none of Nintendo's code. And as long as you don't use their characters and stuff, and it's all original assets, then, like, what's stopping you? I thought this was gonna go up. Where am I going? Yeah, it depends on that, but, like, that's just up to, like, nerd shit. I'm not quite sure what the, I'm not exactly sure what the decomp is licensed under, but, you know, it's on GitHub, so it's probably GPL or something. Well, like, I'm just saying, if you're like an indie dev looking to make a 3D platformer, all of the hard work has already been done for you. Confirmed good 3D platformer engine is right there. You just gotta swap out all of the assets. Secret deadly midgets have been activated. Oh my god, it's the tiny bulls. Am I even supposed to be down here? I hit the 2 buttons. Maybe that's like... Now we go back up and something's happened up there. Or not. Was this even progression, or did this just send me back to the first floor? Ah. Bear with me, I have to collect everything.
What are you waiting for? A one-liner?
But yeah, just an idea that you could make a commercial game with the SM64 engine. It'd probably be pretty good. Okay, that thing is the light switch. I was wondering if me shooting that had anything to do with anything. I think it's just C. Oh. I mean, that room had a bunch of stuff in it. Also, how was the estimated time half an hour when it took me 8 minutes? Their estimates are terrible. That room had a bunch of stuff in it. We're probably just gonna... Yeah, they just like stuck an arbitrary end of level screen there. You know, honestly, I don't know if you saw my message in Discord, Spock. I did a run last night. And I got like all of the tricks pretty fast. I kind of gamed. I don't know, I kind of just... Playing this just makes me want to play the real TFE. For sure. It's such a fun game. At least until you get to Metropolis. When I say I got all the tricks, I didn't go for, I did not attempt the classic, the Invive nipple jump in Metropolis, because I don't remember the setup for it. It's called the nipple jump because you literally look at, you like walk up to one of these purple guys. Oh, he died. You walk up to one of like the basic t-shirt wearing enemies, and you have to like stand right in front of him, look at a certain spot on him, then like hold forward and jump, and you get like a weird extra high jump. And you have to like look at his nipple. That's like about where you're looking at. So it's the nipple jump. I don't know. I'm sure they must have found some new tricks. Because the times have come down so much since I was running the game. So I think they found some stuff. And by the times have come down so much, I mean they've come down by like a minute. But that's very significant. A minute's a lot. playing this definitely just makes me want to go play the actual PC game. It's too comfy. The game is super comfy. Yeah, we were fighting for seconds back then, so like to be a couple minutes ahead of someone is a massive deal. Yeah, I mean that's like, there's like a classic speedrun Twitter joke about this. I can't remember the exact wording, but it's like there are two different ways to name tricks. You know, house skip because you skip the house, and the macaroni and cheese because Jim was eating macaroni and cheese when he found it. I don't remember the wording of the joke. I don't really ever name anything. I'm not much for naming things, if you couldn't tell from the fact that my console challenge is called GameCube Thing. And its sequel Xbox Thing. If I have to name the trick is being called the thing you do in that one level. Verbatim. Yeah, there it is. Wall skip because it skips the wall, or Greg egg because Greg found it and he was hungry and eating eggs at the time. The Greg egg. The thing notation is a style. I mean, it is. It's, you know, it's truly hopeless. Having no style is a style in and of itself. You fool, you tried to escape artifice. There is no escape. Yeah, I mean that... Literally Crazy Gadget Skip Skip, CGSS, from Sonic Adventure 2. I'm not sure if there's ever been a skip, skip, skip. I think at that point you're no longer serious. As we all know, video games are serious business. I should use this since I never use this for anything. Use some of this stuff that I've just been holding on to full ammo for since forever. Look who named it. Even that's not consistent. Did Pi name Blue House Skip? Is that a Pi thing? Yeah, the one that I know is Pi Jump from Koopa, from like the fortress in chapter 1, where you have to like go around. You go like around those walls that pop out. You're telling me this isn't a secret? What is this? It is a secret. You can see the fire going through it. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Secret power-up has been collected. Looks like it's invincibility. Alright, well, don't mind if I do. Come at me. The world's most useless invincibility power-up. I accomplished like nothing with that. There were no enemies. I'm gonna scroll through all my crap. Alright. When you wall jump and cancel your momentum, if you let go, then keep going in the same direction. Wait. You wall jump and cancel your momentum. If you let go, you then keep going in the same direction because the momentum is applied over such a long period of time. I am having a hard time visualizing. Well, the good news is I don't really run a lot of games with tricks in them, so I never have to name anything. The only one that really comes to mind is like, I guess I named Shindo Skip in Yakuza 2. Which isn't even a skip, so I did a terrible job. And should be fired. I guess we sort of skip his long sword fighting animation. I guess that counts. I found set piece skips in Yakuza 5 as well, but that's a Froob name. I think he started calling it that. Thematically, like with literary illusions, I'm sure the Japanese community is doing it. That sounds like a Japanese thing, like use of earth in Armored Core. So can I go in the tower now? I've got the Triforce. Alright, cool.
I need a vacation.
Surely there's a secret back here. There's no... Yeah, that's what I thought. It's just out of bounds. I think there was like a blog post on Armored Core 1 describing an out of bounds technique as use of earth.
What are you screaming for? The pain hasn't even started yet.
Serious Sam has never had the best bosses. What can I say? Don't hide. Oh, he's healing himself. Hopefully he can't fix these. It'd be a big pain in the ass if he could fix these. Well, he's back to full. Sucks a little bit. You know what? Bet this is faster. Yeah, go to your center thingy. Go ahead and try it. Wait, he's still healing. From what? This one's not actually been destroyed. There we go. I'm willing to just like shred like 30 lives on this. That's fine. I've got lives to spare. It's a good question. Uh-oh, he's... Ah. He's mad now. I think. I guess. Definitely the life system just trivializes this as well. I've died like 10 times on this boss, but who even cares? Like on PC, you would have to like get probably kinda okay at like dodging all of that stuff.
Or am I the man?
You know, there were a lot more cutscenes in the TFE portion of the game, weren't there? Like, every level had an FMV at the end of it. And now they're not really doing that in the second encounter. A lot less FMV. Alrighty then, the bridge. This isn't Scary Town, USA. This is definitely... Yeah, we're gonna go find the Holy Grail. This is the year 1138. We've arrived in medieval Poland. Shoutouts to Poland. We're in Scary Town, Poland.
Say hello to Papa. I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay.
Yeah, surprised they didn't set it in Croatia. They went for Poland.
Oh yeah, Yeah, finally, some dark dungeons.
I made it. Sure. Not even really 100% certain what was going on in that room, but I did make it.
Like a boxing glove.
Secret KO glove has been found. What the... What the hell was that? There is a boxing glove back there, I guess.
Ah, it's just what I've always wanted.
Yeah, I guess it just insta-kills you. Damn it. It's just bait. It's just bait. I've downloaded, and trying to like get all of my VOD stuff sorted out, I've downloaded like 500 gigabytes of Twitch VOD in the last like 4 days. I think I've done a bit over 500 gigabytes. I'm sure my ISP loves me. I wonder if there's like invisible death walls here if I don't follow the path correctly. No, you can just go wherever. I am not allowed to leave. I know because I'm not the first person to play this game before. There is no third encounter. Fun story you didn't ask for. There actually was going to be a third encounter a number of years back, maybe like 2016. They took down the classics off Steam. They took the first and second encounter off Steam, and they replaced it with something called Serious Sam Classics Revolution. And Revolution was supposed to have... It was like... They took the first two encounters and they combined it into one package. And then they were gonna make a third one, you know, in this engine. Using the classic Crow Team engine. They were gonna make a third encounter. It was like some dev that had licensed all of this or something. But then Revolution didn't sell well enough, and so they quit. They gave up. So the third encounter never got made. But there were plans to make a third encounter as part of Revolution. I think they like posted some screenshots and everything. Yeah, they're both Serious Sam 1. Serious Sam 2 is a different game, which is also on Xbox, by the way. We are going to play Serious Sam 2. But like, if the first encounter and the second encounter are basically the same game, you know, same engine, same a lot of stuff, 2 is quite different. Two is actually sort of a controversial game. It's sort of like the Red Faction 2 of Serious Sam, where it's like very, like, we want the Halo audience type of gaming, where it's just a very different kind of shooter compared to these. And I think a lot of fans don't like it for that reason, but I'm interested. Those all came later. The random encounter, next encounter. It was kind of like, I think Crow Team made TFE and TSE, and then after that, I don't know, I guess it was them, because I guess they would own the rights, but they started licensing out Serious Sam to anyone who will give them $5 for it. So there are 1 million weird spin-offs of Serious Sam out there because of that. But that all came later. Yeah, around the time of Serious Sam 3 coming out, they licensed out to a bunch of indies. That's where like the random encounter came from. That's also where Double D XXL came from. That's also where the Greek encounter came from. I was talking about the Greek encounter yesterday. Everyone's favorite Serious Sam. That was basically lost media for a little while because it's such garbage that nobody cared about it. Yeah, it's basically like a Flash game. It's basically like a crappy Flash game that I think they sold for money, but it was not good. You ever play, No, it's a PC game. It is a PC game that I'm pretty sure was on Steam for a time. Hang on, now I have to consult SteamDB. It's not even listed. Very mysterious. Maybe it wasn't on Steam. I think maybe it wasn't on Steam, actually. Because I can't... SteamDB isn't pulling anything up. Yeah, Double D... It does play okay, but it is... You know... I don't know. When they were licensing Serious Sam out to indies... By indies, I mean, like, solo Flash game developers. Small studios something separately so indie games can be considered separately. I was thinking about this the other day that, like... By the other day, I mean like 2 months ago. Because I played through... what's that game called? Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. The, we have Jet Set Radio at home type game. And it was like... I was thinking, like, I guess this technically counts as indie. But as far as, like, this is enough game that they could have totally just released this back in the day as, like, just like any other game. Like, it feels weird to categorize something like that and something like, I don't know, Serious Sam Double D in the same category. Or, like, whatever the hell I'm doing with my fishing game. We do not belong in the same category. It's like they're living more in, like, the AA space. That mostly doesn't exist anymore, but they're there. Yeah, you make good games, I make bad games. We are not the same. As this, yeah, Cave Story is 2004. I think, the first encounter and the second encounter are like 2001 and maybe 2002. This Xbox port, I think, is 2003. But, like, yeah, like, would you consider Crow Team indie? Like, I guess Crow Team is kinda indie. The older Serious Sam games all have a publisher, and I mean, where it really gets stupid, this is like, the indie label has gone too far, is that they're indie publishers, which is like an oxymoron, right? Because starting with Serious Sam 3, they're published by what are those people? Devolver. And that's kind of what Devolver is. An indie publisher, where it's like, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, the older ones were Take-Two. And they always really hold off on giving you the one gun you really want. Can I please have the Tommy gun? I think some of the frogs got stuck up there. Analyze. Strange painting. This is a strange old painting. It seems that the castle's owner didn't really appreciate true art. Okay. Subtextures? No. Only DOM textures.
Okay.
I feel like these FMVs do not improve the game. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not really sure tonally this makes any fucking sense at all. Like, if the developers were concerned, if they were concerned that it would be jarring that we finish the castle level and go straight into the snow level, I gotta be honest with you, I'm okay. Like, I can mentally accept that Serious Sam walked here between stages.
Now this baby should warm things up a bit.
This is cool, though. This is a good-looking stage. Ah. I see. Wait, did they kill him? They killed Santa. Hang on. No. I was wondering if there's something up there.
Now I got your ticket to hell.
What? I didn't know this was a Christmas game. I would have saved this for a themed Christmas poll. I think if I ran a themed Christmas poll, it would be this, but only this level, only this part of this level. It would be Outlaw Golf, 9 holes of Xmas, Outlaw Golf, 9 more holes of Xmas. I think those both exist, right? And I think that's it. I don't think there's any other Christmas games. Okay. I mean, they're still running at me from back there, but I'm through with them. Not on Xbox. There are multiple Die Hard games. There was one on the there's Die Hard Vendetta, which I think is on the Xbox, but I already played that on GameCube. Actually, that game was really good, but it definitely wasn't a Christmas game. If you want like a solid adaptation of the actual film Die Hard from this era, I highly recommend Die Hard Nakatomi Plaza, which is a PC game. And it's just like an FPS Die Hard adaptation, and it's good. Good belongs in quotation marks, but it sure is interesting. Secret incredible shrinking snowman has been destroyed. The level was supposed to take half an hour, apparently. Yeah, true. I forgot about that. There is a Nightmare Before Christmas game on Xbox, so that would go in the Christmas poll.
Oh yeah, shake baby, shake, but I ain't gonna quake.
And oh, frame rate's terrible down here. I could kind of see that ID. I think the problem is Zoomers would have to know about it for it to do that. Shit. Wait, which way am I going now? I guess I'm going this way. I'm gonna be honest though, I've never been on TikTok, so I don't really know how it works over there. Hello? I think I just backtracked through the whole level. I think I just went backwards, actually. Yeah, this is definitely the start. No, the lore, you missed out on the most embarrassing 24 hours. But no, it's back. The ban is effectively dead. There's no deal. It's just the ban is dead. Yeah. Yeah, they had that, like, embarrassing message they had up that was like, we are working tirelessly with President Trump to get this restored. Everyone say thank you to him. And it's just like, it's like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, originally, the first time a ban ever came up, it was his idea. But you know, things change. So much of politics is completely fake. How did I fired like 8 rockets this way? How are you all still here? And yeah, no, we're not. A boss is not coming, because apparently... So, like, the original PC version of this is apparently just 9 levels. And for console, they've split it up into, like, 15 levels or something. They've split it up a whole bunch on console. But on PC, it's 9 levels, and at the end of each, like at the end of the Mayan levels, we had a boss. At the end of the Babylon levels, we had a boss. Yo, what the hell is this? I'm about to fight Shadow Link. How are you not dead? Seriously, though. Oh, it's locked. Well. Guess I'm getting up to some shit. What was more prevalent? I don't know. I feel like if we, if you took proper inventory, I would say the most prevalent type of level is probably the grass level. Just general grass-themed level. Super Mario Bros. Sort of establishes grass as the official World 1 of gaming. So probably it's like general grass stage. If I had to guess number 2 though, it's gonna be like either sewers or factories. I would say those are both good guesses. I'm literally just like tanking deaths here. I have 142 lives. I can afford to die a couple times. What are the odds this final boss takes me like 100 lives? Something about it is just terrible, and it takes me 100 lives to figure out. Yeah, with how the ice works, I kind of want to stay up here, but I am just dying over and over again staying up here because these rocket dudes keep spawning right in front of me. I mean, it's tough though. Like a factory or a sewer level has to go up against such like heavy hitters as like desert level, ice level, lava level, Those are all very common themes as well. And sure enough, this game has had all of those.
What the hell is this? Where's the Grail? Mental! No! No! Yeah. Cool. Come on. Bring it on. Yeah.
Alrighty then. Alrighty then. Corridor of Death. All of the time I had a feeling that some camera is filming us, but I'm probably just imagining it.
Party time.
Yeah, the skybox is pretty cool, right? They changed the song, the original was better. Oh man. I can't help but feel like I'm not getting the best possible experience for my first ever second encounter playthrough.
Oh God, never underestimate the power of stupid things in large numbers.
Well, there's no town here. This is the Corridor of Death. Would you want to live in the Corridor of Death? He keeps dodging. Stop it. The clears, the skeleton guys, their projectile is like two balls connected by a chain. More like it's like two cannonballs connected by a metal chain. I think that in ye olde days they would fire shit like that out of cannons. Like does extra damage to ships or something. At least in video games it does. Alright, now I'm getting overrun. I'm like out of ammo. Now we have a problem. The Pirates of the Caribbean game was on Xbox. That, and yes, I do remember. Because it was a very special game. I still have no idea how that could have even happened. Like, how did that developer get the rights to Pirates of the Caribbean? It must have been through Bethesda. Because Bethesda published it. They must have, like... I don't even know. They must have somehow, like... I'm thinking Bethesda probably like optioned the rights, knowing that they could get the Sea Dogs people to make a pirate RPG. Is probably the order it all happened in. But it's insane that, what was the game like? Oh my god, Americus. Okay, so, it's Pirates of the Caribbean, big deal, Disney, Johnny Depp, all that shit. So you'd think that they would go with, like, especially considering that, like, every other Disney movie from the time pretty much has a competently made movie game. You know, a lot of them are done by Traveler's Tales, and they're pretty good. But there's always a competently done movie game. For some reason, they decided that for Pirates of the Caribbean, the game should be made by the developer Akela, which is a small Russian dev team that had previously made a pirate simulator RPG type thing before. And they were currently working on the sequel to it. So they made the sequel to their first game, which was called Sea Dogs, and they just slapped the Pirates of the Caribbean name on it. And it is this, like, unbelievably cheapo, janky, broken, like, weird pirate simulator RPG thing. It's kind of incredible, but, like, it's very, very, very bad. It is a very bad game. It is extremely easy to break. In fact, I did break it a number of times, and fortunately I was rolling my saves, so I was able to roll back to before the game had been soft locked. But it's extremely easy to soft lock the game. Nothing is explained at all. There are tons of mechanics that are just like very mysterious, where it's like, what the hell's even going on? How am I supposed to do this exactly? There's a lot of just like, the whole thing is just a really bizarre, bad experience from start to finish. Also, we found a dev room. The end of the game is a giant, like, maze you have to run through with skeleton pirates. And there's a wall you can walk through that has a dev room with pictures of all of the devs and their pet rat framed and hung on the wall. The worst part was when we had to destroy the fort, and like, you're given no advance warning that next time you get in your ship, you're gonna be, you know, you're gonna be destroying the fort. You're given no advance warning of this. So you just hop on your boat, not prepared for a battle, and then it's like, well, if you're not ready to destroy a fort, then you're done. Your game is over. You have to destroy the fort now. And it was like this weird process of like, I forget what strat I eventually came up with, but it took me like an hour and a half to find a strat capable of destroying the fort, where it was like, yeah, I think it was some kind of weird system where you had to like specifically destroy the cannons on the fort first before they kill you, and I was doing it by like investing entirely in ship speed or something like that, so that I could like get in position faster to kill the cannons before they killed me. There was some like weird counterintuitive way I was investing my stat points. Was that it? It was carpentry so we could self-repair the ship. There was some kind of like, it was horrible. Yeah, and then after like an hour and a half or something, we finally figure out the strat and manage to destroy the fort. But then it turns out you have to board the fort, like you're boarding an enemy ship. You have to go into the fort and then fight through several rooms of dudes with swords. And the first time I got there, it crashed on like the third room. And this is after like an hour and a half of trying to get there even once. And I finally made it and it crashed. But then I got there again pretty soon after that because I had the strat down at that point. But yeah, overall I really do not recommend playing the Pirates of the Caribbean Xbox game. Apparently, they did make several more pirate simulators, which are very similar, but hopefully a bit better. Yeah, Age of Pirates 2 is the one you played, right? You're backseating me the whole time based on your Age of Pirates 2 knowledge, which was surprisingly relevant because they basically just make the same game over and over again. Though it is, I will say, on the topic of Pirates of the Caribbean, this game's not on Xbox, but Pirates of the Caribbean, the second film, got a PS2 game that looks pretty good. I want to play that someday. It has a much more conventional movie game. To this day, there hasn't been a pirate game that got me hooked like this. I mean, it is an interesting game, like I will say. You know, it's like a simulator RPG type thing, so there is, you know, it's got everything. Like, you know, Ubisoft released Skull and Bones, the first ever quadruple A game, and you couldn't board other ships. Meanwhile, Pirates of the Caribbean by Akela has like every mechanic you could possibly want in a pirate game. It's got trading, buying high and selling low, or I guess the opposite, hopefully. It's got, you know, getting off the ship and onto the island, and then there's like a 3D town you walk around in. You got sword fighting, you got guns, you know. You can walk around the whole island, and there's like a whole wilderness area outside the town. So I'm not saying they were lazy when they made it, but I am saying it feels like a small dev team attempted to make an extremely ambitious game with no budget in the early 2000s. How the hell am I gonna get through this? How the hell am I gonna get through this? Can I kill these or something? I don't have explosives anymore. Well, this is where all my lives are going. I had 125 health there. I was boosted. Still get one shot. Well, it's a good thing I have 146 lives. This just feels like... I mean, yeah, there's kind of a... There is a pattern. But it's just like a big clusterfuck. They shoot on a timer. I think the strat is to hug this wall and then just be good about dodging. Yeah, there you go. think I'm just gonna chill here. Let the spawns do whatever they want. You know, I bet the Serious Bomb would have actually been really good back in the super long corridor. Would have been good to use one of these back then. Yeah, we're still in Poland. Ask any Pole, they'll tell you this happens to them all the time. Yeah, pay no attention to the Finland flag. This is, I think, supposed to be Poland. I think that's Finland, right? Oh, am I actually in Finland now? Where do they want me to go? Oh, here we go. The Grand Cathedral. Cathedral of Sacred Blood is only 2 miles away. This guy was a boss, remember? Remember when we fought this dude as a boss back in Alley of the Sphinxes in TFE? Look at how huge this level is. They're coming at me from, like, they're spawning them in really, really far away. Damn, like the weather is changing. Oh shit. I don't know if I'm supposed to, or if I'll go over there and check the door. It kind of seemed like I was gonna have to fight this, based on the level description. But I'll check the door. There's no way that I can just leave. That would be bad if you could just leave and not actually do a big fight in this field. Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, back to the center. There's infinite healing there.
These guys have seriously lost their heads.
They're just not spawning enough stuff in. I don't know. I need this level to have, like, hundreds of guys, like thousands of guys in this room. Yeah, maybe I should put this on serious difficulty. I want to see, like, proper, like, insane amounts of guys, and not just, like, a few dozen clears spawning in way in the distance and I just snipe them. Yeah, I do want to see this at max difficulty now. I feel like this should be a proper mess. This is the last level in the game. The final boss is in there, and he's got the Holy Grail, which I need for some reason. Oh, in that case, I'm going home.
Bastards!
In that case, I'm going home. We don't need it. Hopefully not. I did not raise my Twitch chat to be gacha players. Like that hallway with the cannonballs in it is harder than this. I have 3 of these, and I sense that they're not going to be useful on the boss. There's still more dudes, like, God. So many dudes. Except they're all coming in like one at a time. Yeah, it's your usual, you know, analog stick first-person shooter. Very heavy bullet magnetism. So like it's not adjusting my actual aim at all, but my aim does not matter because if the target is anywhere even close to the reticle, the bullets will just go to them instead of the center of the reticle. So the aiming is very easy. Yeah, it is, honestly. The C-stick is so crappy for things like this. I do sort of automatically feel better at video games just because the controller doesn't suck as much. Alright. Changing back to day. We spent an entire day fighting here. An entire in-game day. That's like your clan that you're in, right? I'm not sure how an OSRS bingo usually goes. But I sense I'm too much of a noob for things like that. Mordecai the Summoner. Wait, I think I know who Mental sent this time. The one and only Mordecai the Summoner. Keyword Mordecai, what? Damn, this is like this Serious Sam soundtrack by Crush 40. Pink secret has been enabled. Guys, I've got the pink secret. I've enabled it. Oh, all the bullets are pink now. That's probably all it is. You know what? Screw it. Where are you, Mordecai? I don't have to put up with all these guys. Like, you see how aggressive the auto-aim is? You could see there it was aiming at not the boss. So I was aiming straight at the boss, and the bullets were just going like 45 degrees off to the side. Cannons are definitely the way. Honestly, I think this gun is more efficient than the cannon. This seems like higher DPS. They gonna kill me or what? I'm at 1 HP. Come on, you can't finish a guy at 1 HP? Yeah, there you go. Honestly hard to shoot him because the auto aim keeps aiming for other stuff. Like, no, not the tiny blob man. I don't care about him. It's about Mordecai the Summoner. Oh my god, look at... He has like 1 pixel left. Get in here, dude. I'm sniping him for the win. Where is he? Phase 2? Phase 2 or nah? I mean, he's... Okay, probably not a Phase 2. Yes? Pretty sure we beat the game.
Mr. Sam Sirius Stone.
Thanks, Croteam.
Oh, his name is Sam Stone. That's the joke from like 2 hours ago that we were puzzled about.
All right.
Finally, the Holy Grail. Huh?
To walk all the way across this giant room to get to the phone.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. Oh yeah, that's the other movie. Anyway, I do have a few things I'd like to confess. I've been bad. I've been following the path leading to your being, but I must admit, I almost strayed away. There were some great temptations on my journey. It seems there have been a few unfortunate casualties during the past few days, and I'm really sorry about those. Not. It's also possible I accidentally dropped a few bombs here and there, but fortunately some of your employees caught them. Apparently I also slightly murdered many of your staff, which...
Nah, I skipped that room. They're flashing back to part that I didn't do. I skipped that.
So I hope that counts. Oh yeah, I might have used some bad language from time to time, but who gives a crap? Finally, I'm heading straight toward you, and nothing, but nothing can drag me away from your path. So please have faith in this one thing. I'm coming to get you.
And there's the credits. Stop the timer.
Ten, nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition.
I will return. There is another Serious Sam game. I'm pretty sure, hang on, let me check. Let me check something. This is not world record because 8 years ago, someone did a co-op run in 3.5 hours. So this is not world record. No one's ever done it single player though, so this is the single player world record. X-Fire, clear. What are they even listing here? A serious thanks to all 8,000 Serious Sam forum veterans. Was that a special thanks to X-Fire, like the chat program? Anyway, there you go. Serious Sam on the Xbox. I'm sure there are many funny secrets that I didn't find, but there you go. There's Serious Sam. Maybe. I don't know. Did Crow Team make this like in-house? I would have assumed they didn't. But I have no idea. They did shout out the forum. Anyway. That was game number 23, Serious Sam. That took a little under 8 hours. So, a very full video game. There was absolutely a sewer level. Memphis Sewers, back in the first encounter. A hard confirmed sewer level. First of all, the first encounter is better. I love that stupid Egypt game. It's too fun. It's just too good. But I don't know, that was pretty good. Main complaint is they replaced quick save with a live system, but gave you way too many lives. So like, you can just face tank, die over and over again. You really don't even have to try in this game all that much. It's way, way, way too easy. That's my problem with it. Otherwise, it was fun. It was definitely better than Next Encounter. I don't know why, maybe it's a level design thing, but I had a lot more fun playing through this than I had with Next Encounter, which is a game where I was mostly just bored the whole way through. And maybe that's because I'm familiar with the Egypt section of this game, though that was only like 2.5 hours of it or something, of the 8. A solid 5.5 hours of that was the second encounter, but I don't know, something about this is a lot more fun than Next Encounter. So I had a good time. I think I'm going to give it a 4. I think I'm gonna give it a 4. Yeah, lack of weapon wheel is a problem. The fact that they patched a bunch of stuff is a problem. Why did they patch a bunch of stuff? Where's the fun in that? But yeah, overall pretty fun game.